So I got 3 models I like to live by in life. 2, now 3. Initially it was 2 models. Those 2 models was never pick your future wifey up in a bar. The second one was never eat the chicken parm out of the cafeteria. Now I got a 3rd one. Never, ever, ever, ever watch a Bernard Hopkins or Roy Jones on pay-per-view television ever, ever again.
Via the ghetto.
Maybach music.
I'm a photographer's dream. Count cream as my chain swing. Mac 11 for the things that the days bring.
Now he's fighting Carlos Quintana, savvy vet, slick southpaw. But you know, Carlos Quintana to me is pretty much shot. You know, Can he give Berto trouble? Sure, you can give him some trouble early on, but too much fast, too much speed, too much youth. You pressure Quintana, he's just not the same fighter. I got Berto by knockout, north of 9th round, 10th or 11th.
Yeah, I think that, you know, first of all, our thoughts and prayers again to the people in Haiti. Again, I think that Berto to me has really been untested. With that being said, you know, Quintana has these 2 losses where, you know, he's been knocked out by Paul Williams and by Cotto by a body shot that spun him around like he was in The Exorcist. I really truthfully believe, though, that left-handed fighters, boxers, give Berto trouble. We saw it with the Colosio fight. I think that Quintana is going to give Berto some problems in the first, you know, let's say 7 or 8 rounds. But again, pressure bust pipes. I really believe that, you know, as the fight goes on, we're going to see that Berto is going to start closing the gap, that ring's going to start getting smaller, and Quintana is going to ultimately get TKO'd in that fight.
His first step is going to look like Chris Paul and Bruce Bowen. You know what I mean? It's just going to be too much speed, and his punches are just going to be. You don't see the punches coming, but there's going to be just so much speed coming. And a guy at his age, that's just asking too much for him.
But then the other thing too we got to remember, which is going to move him, is that this Haiti thing could play, the disaster could play. It could be the undoing of Carlos Quintana, or it could be the undoing of Berto. Berto may go in there
too much, too
motivated.
They call it exaggerated energy. You know what I mean? Just hyperactive for no reason. The following weekend, we got Kelly the Ghost Pavlik, and you call him the Ghost because he got ghosts from Paul Williams. Fighting with Sergio Martinez, who you believe beat Paul Williams when they fought, as did a lot of people.
And I had Herman Cintron. Shout out to Big Mike.
And he beat he beat Herman Cintron. That's the ghost of Jermaine Teller, the whole Lou DiBella thing. Y'all don't know about that, you know, from Robin Bernard, you know. Any Lou DiBella fighter, you know, had that ghost hanging around, and Paulie Malignaggi got it, you know. So, anyway.
Ultimately outclassed Kelly Pavlik because Bernard outclassed Kelly Pavlik really bad. There's a couple of, you know, things there we got to talk about. Number one is the fact that, you know, Pavlik is moving up in weight. 2 is Bernard is a Hall of Fame fighter.
No doubt.
All right. Martinez is a workout machine. You know, he gives you trouble in the beginning. He comes on fast. You know, he gave Paul Williams trouble, and I think that speed difference is going to be, you know, really telling in the first 5 rounds, first 6 rounds. You know, the problem I have is when we saw the Paul Williams fight, he gave Paul trouble in the beginning, and then he gassed out. You know, Martinez. I'm wondering what happens when he does this against a bigger man like Kelly Pavlik, a true middleweight, as you stated. That ring, as you stated, starts to get smaller as you get tired. And now that 1-2 that we so
make a mockery out of,
lovely clown, is actually finding his mark. And how does Martinez behave, as Teddy Atlas says after that? I have Kelly Pavlik knocking out TKO on Martinez within, you know, probably the 8th or 9th round. But I will say this: in the first 3 or 4 rounds, that fight is going to be the speed match. The speed difference is going to be crazy. The left hand is going to be crazy.
You know, we always say to fight like them guys. You know, you know who those guys are. Y'all might not know who those guys are, but we know them. The Floyd Mayweathers, the Sweet Peas, the Roy Joneses, the Joe Kawasaki's. You know, these freak nature of athletes. These guys are freaks. Manny Pacquiao. These guys are freaks. They fight unconventional. All those guys I just named, you go into a gym, they're not going to teach you to fight like none of those guys. They rely on raw athleticism. And that's why they're special. That's why they are those guys. They as we say in Philly, they them bulls, you know. And to be them bulls and those guys, you have to be in tip-top shape.
Right.
Because as we saw, old Roy Jones, who threw no punches, tired out of Bernard Hopkins just by moving around. And that's because he's a freak. A 40-something years old Roy Jones is probably better than some 25-year-olds, just on the raw athleticism tip, Just being so many able to move around. And good as Martinez is, I don't think he's a freak like those guys. I do think he got some slickness. I do think his awkwardness gives people trouble, as you said. He's very accurate with his punch, but I won't so much say accurate. He has good timing with his punches because he's throwing from awkward angles, so he lands on his mark because a lot of times you don't know where these punches are coming from that he's throwing. So, that being said, you know, he absorbs a lot of energy in doing the stuff that he do, moving around. To fight with your hands beneath your waist and moving around, you take so much energy. When the later stages of the fight come, you can blow on that particular fighter and he'll fall down from absorbing so much energy.
Right.
I think this fight is going to look exactly similar. This is when the light bulb came on, because I was like a politician with this fight. I was on the fence, flip-flopping. I didn't know which way to go. I seen I said, can Martinez really outbox him for 12 straight rounds? But damn, are they going to give him a decision?
Right.
And Kelly Pavlik's gym?
Right.
That's his gym, by the way, Boardwalk Hall. And I'm like, he couldn't get a decision against Kermit Centron or Paul Williams, who can't draw sugar honey iced tea to blocks. Neither one of them two fighters. And I like Paul. That's my dude. But, you know, and he couldn't get a decision over them. How is he going to get a decision over Pavlik? All right, let's rule that part out. He gets tired against Pavlik. As I said, off camera. That ring gets smaller and smaller. That's Andre Durrell when he fought Arthur Abraham. Yeah. He was running all around, you know, pop shots, looking good, slipping and dipping and all that good stuff. But he got fatigued. He got tired. You know? Looked like he started taking some Xannies. You know what I mean? Like he was sipping on some scissor. He started to lean a little bit and slow down. And that's what I think is going to happen to Sergio Martinez. I think he's not going, the little pop shots he's going to be hitting Pavlik with is going to be like bee stings. They bee stings like gnats. Little lights. He's not bee stings. I'm like mosquito bites rather. He's just going to flag them off, and then 1-2 going to find his range. What Bernard Hopkins did, and like you said, everybody can do that. I'm picking Kelly Pavlik to knock Sergio Martinez out. I think that they believe that they're the stronger fighter, that he's going to get tired late in that fight, and he's going to stop Sergio Martinez around the 10th round, 9th or 10th round. Now, Adam Miranda is done. He's just a name to put on your resume.
Right.
Bute is trying to remain busy to, I don't know, I guess to tournament plays or something.
Why was he in the Super 6?
I know. Every Monday night, the radio show, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, talkshoe.com/TC, T as in Tom, C as in cat, /63796. Again, talkshoe.com as it sounds, /TC, /63796. The official Guard Your Girl Boxing Facebook page is open. That's the official Guard Your Girl Boxing, because there's some pretenders out there. You know, shout out to my dude BJ Murray who's running that. You know, make sure y'all request as a friend. There's some good topics on there to go back and forth. And we here, man. Thank you for all the support.
Yep.
You know, summer's coming, man, and you know, boxing is heating up as usual, man.